Greetings, Paynesville area schools. I'm pleasure to visit just a little bit about the upcoming bond referendum. The one thing that I've always learned is quality schools have the foundation of a strong community behind them. So thank you for your support. It is greatly appreciated. Just a couple things about the referendum. This is really a referendum, a building project that is really geared towards 21st century learning. Probably the number one question I get is, if our class sizes were larger 15 years ago and we were graduating over 100 kids, today we're graduating around 80 kids, how can we actually need more space? And the answer to that is we're not building traditional classroom space. That is not what this project is about. Any of the information that you can access will give you detailed information about what we're building, but what we're really trying to go after is 21st century learning and how do we actually empower students to come to school, find something they're interested about, find something they're passionate about, and really be able to dig deep into content and material in the classroom. That's what's at the core of this building project. That's what our needs are today. That's what our needs will be 10 years from now. And that's really the fundamental belief behind this project, is building a project to enhance our facilities for 21st century learning.
You know, we look at 21st century education and we know that how students are learning has changed. So when I went to school here, it was very much traditional style. You sat in a row of, chairs and you listened to a teacher lecture. That worked great for me. That's the type of student I was. But we know now that's not how all students learn. And I think what we're addressing right now is saying we want to make sure all students have opportunity, and it's not just certain students are set up to succeed or that certain students have a pathway, but that whatever your pathway is, it's the district's obligation to make sure that we're providing, those experiences.
Going into this next year, we'll have our innovation center at the secondary building. And so our student energy is really, they're really excited about the opportunities that we're providing with them, or for them. And we hope to continue that. And this project with the referendum really advances that. So it's really neat to see our student engagement and our student excitement level related to the opportunities ahead of them.
I've heard from a couple parents that have said, my son or daughter wants to get to school early because if we don't, we won't be able to get on this machine, it's fantastic. When students have a desire to get to school early, to get involved in this, that's great.
I have a son that has ADHD, and school itself, as far as the book portion of it, is hard for him. He's more into the techie stuff, working with his hands. I feel that we need trades at school, and by this referendum passing, we'll have better trade besides sporting events. So I think it'll bring all rounds of the community together.
We had four kids that we raised, and they were provided an education by the community, through the community, and now I look at it as it's our turn to help provide a good education for our students so that they can succeed.
I want my kids to have more than what I had. I think that's just kind of human nature. Just like my parents wanted me to have a better life, and so on with my kids. I want them to flourish.